You said you liked Rampage. There ain't a lot left. Did you see the TV title match between Miro and Fubar del Slow?
His name was Fuego del Sol. This is the first time I believe I'm seeing him. But let me just say, I did like this for a couple of reasons. One, let me just get this out of the way. I discovered AEW is quite enjoyable 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning when you're really stoned. That just happens to be true. But the other thing is, I think 1 hour really worked well for AEW. I think 1 hour was perfect. You got
less
it.
of it.
Well, you know what? I mean, they had a good long match. You had the Miro match. You had 3 matches and a few segments. It was in and out. You know, by the time it was over, I actually could have watched more. I'm glad I didn't. But it was perfect. It's been so long since we've just seen a good 1 hour wrestling show that it stands out. Everything's 2 or 3 hours now.
Well,
but I think that's one of the biggest things that helps Rampage. It's not the commentary. It's the fact that it's only 1 hour, that you're going to be able to get 2 main event matches, maybe, based on the way AEW does things, and another match in there. I thought it was a good show based on that. I don't agree with the booking. They have people on there I wouldn't feature. I don't like a lot of the stuff they do, but
you liked it more than their normal shows because it doesn't last as long, is what you've just said.
Yeah, plus I must admit I have a perverse joy in watching where their booking starts, where I think it's going to go, and how it goes from A to Z in one night. I've gotten a kick out of just seeing what the hell they're going to do.
Okay, well, explain this to me. Miro, at first, he was the video game and the best man at the wedding and blah, blah, blah. Then they made him a Bulgarian monster, and he gets over whenever he has a monster match. But he still apparently, doesn't get it. And they put this fucking guy, a fake luchador, from where'd they say he was from? Mobile, Alabama?
I missed that. Is that what they said?
I think that's where somewhere in Alabama. Because somebody said, what kind of luchador is from Alabama? But he gets a contract if he wins the match with Miro, the TV title. He's not even, he's minute. He's microscopic. He's the same size as referee Bryce Remsburg. He's pale and fishy white. He's a fake luchador. And immediately, as soon as the match starts, Miro is bumping like a ping pong ball, and they're teasing a count out with him against a grade school kid. So after the third time that Miro got DDT'd, dropped on his head, and is bouncing and bumping for this fucking guy, I fast forwarded again, because I don't care. This is fucking ridiculous. And Miro won somehow. Fine, got his finish. They go to the break. They come back from the break, and the job guy, with Fubar del Slow, is still in the ring, and here comes Sammy Guevara and Tony Khan. Tony looked like he just dressed just straight out of bed, like he was wearing my Aunt Lola's fucking comforter. Sammy was dressed like he'd just been out back changing his oil. They come down with a fucking contract, and they give the 125-pound job guy that just lost the match in convincing fashion a contract anyway, explaining it as, well, Sammy said, you're my best friend, so I talked to Tony and you get a contract too. That was the explanation. Help me. I don't know what to do.
I like the segment. Let me start by saying I think maybe the greatest...
Did we have Jimmy Crockett come out and give Randy and Bill Mulkey a contract when they beat the fucking Cruel Connection?
No, but to be fair, we have not seen anything they've done with this guy on any of their other shows. We don't know. I've never seen this guy before. I think the only time I saw him, isn't this the guy that we saw on Cameo? It was him and Cody together for $500. I think that's who this guy was.
Fuego del Solo?
Fuego del Sol.
Whatever
yes.
No, he's one of the paid job guys that was sitting and being a crowd, making like they were a crowd during the pandemic. I remember the mask and him being 4'2" and 62 pounds, but
and I think maybe the best thing Excalibur's done on commentary. Right at the beginning of the match, he said something I didn't even remember from the Lee Johnson match. Miro has shown himself susceptible to that DDT. And that was the only move Fuego was able to hit on him. He hit it 3 times.
Yeah, and I like that. If it had been a legitimate professional wrestling Miro,
I'm not going to go crazy about that. I don't think this guy and some of the other people we've seen look that egregiously bad. And again,
you can't even tell him from the play-by-play announcer on this show. They're both fucking stupid, pale white guys in fucking masks that nobody's ever seen before.
Well, this guy at least
works. If you can't tell one of the wrestlers from the announcer, you're fucked.
Like I said, I actually thought this was a good segment. They explained why he'd be able to hit the one move he was able to hit. Then Miro destroyed him. I've really liked Miro ever since they got him away from Kip and Penelope. The post-match thing, again, Tony Khan on air, like I always said he would be. We're supposed to understand the Sammy Fuego relationship. They had to explain it to us because we've never seen it before. It's a nice moment to see the kid get a contract, but to your earlier point.
Wait, how is it a nice moment to see a job guy get a contract on TV just because he's friends with somebody else that asked the boss after he got beat if he could go ahead and have a contract anyway? What is that, like a participation trophy? One of those things they give out these days?
That's AEW.
You know what? If you lost, fuck you. You're a loser. Do better next time. Get over it. Buttercup, cheer up.
AEW is it's built completely around friendships and hiring friends. That's it. That's the core of AEW.